We are getting our makeup done by a professional MUA. I'm not at a makeup counter. This is the first one that I've ever done like this. I'm actually so excited. But I'm going to get Loretta to introduce herself because we're going to be doing a bridal trial. Action.
Oh, am I talking now? Oh God, this is so embarrassing. But hello, I'm Loretta. I am a makeup artist. I do everything to do with makeup basically. I do music videos, I do bridal, but I do runways, editorial, whatever anyone asks me to do, I do it basically.
And you've done a lot of brides as well, haven't you?
Oh, loads. I've been doing makeup. I've been doing makeup for maybe, I'm going to give away my age now. No. Maybe about 22 years.
Oh, that only makes you 23.
Yeah. Not that old. Yeah, I've flown all around the world basically doing makeup, which is obviously amazing. Yeah. And I'm very grateful for it. Yeah, it's beautiful doing people's wedding makeups, being with them on their special day and just being a part of it. Probably, actually, I think that my knack of keeping people calm is probably more important than the makeup.
Yeah, you are. You're a very calming person, and you make people feel really comfortable. And you also do brows and lashes as well, though, don't you?
Yeah, so I do lash lifts. I don't actually do individual lashes anymore, but I'm a brow specialist, so I do all brow treatments, including microblading. I also do spray tans.
She's done my eyebrows many a times.
Yeah. I also do spray tans as well. So anything that you would need for your big day or any kind of just female maintenance, really.
And we actually had you do my sister's spray tan, my spray tan for her wedding, and she did my mum's, and we all had our eyebrows and spray tans done by you for my sister's wedding, and everyone said how bronzed and good we looked.
Oh, brilliant.
So I'll leave all Loretta's stuff in the down bar as well, guys. I'm going to show you some photos of just, and then you can kind of tell me what's
the inspo.
There isn't like a set sort of thing, but I am thinking obviously nice full glam.
Yeah.
Something to cover my under eye circles because they're quite dark. Yeah, anything like sort of bronzy, glossy cheek.
Right, I know
soft
what
glam,
you mean now.
But I don't want dark waterline though.
No. You mean more like a bronzy eye and a peachy pinky base.
Yeah, something quite soft and glossy, but a little bit warm on the eyes because I feel like it makes the eye colour pop.
Alright, let's go.
You ready? Of course, Loretta started, oh my God, every time I go to talk, my dog goes to snore. Like that. As I was saying, she started off with skincare. Now this is the Charlotte Tilbury. I believe this one is the water cream, so it's a little bit more of a thinner, lighter consistency, and she actually did a really nice massage on my face and then popped on some eye patches, which I always love because I feel like it's so cute when you see brides get ready with their eye patches on. And then she actually took the residue from the eye patches and gave me a little hair massage, and I was like, oh my God, this is so sweet, and I just love that attention to detail. Then she moved on to prepping the eyes, and she got me these little hair clips to keep my hair out of my face. And the palette that she used is actually a Plouise wedding palette. Now I have never seen this mini one before, but when I tell you, this was such a beautiful palette that I actually think I'm gonna buy it. And one thing Loretta actually asked me, which I've never been asked before, is how do I like to do my eyeshadow? Now I thought this was such a good question because I know for experience that some people like to do a rounded eye or elongate the eye or take their eyeshadow quite high, which is what I like to do because I do have slightly hooded eyes. She then took that darker shade and started to drag it out and create a smoky wing. She then applied the eyeshadow underneath my waterline, and she said she likes to do this before the concealer because it actually helps intensify the eyeshadow because you have the darkness from your under eye. A nude liner was applied to the waterline, and throughout this whole entire look we did stick to this one palette, and she was just comparing the shimmers here, and we actually went for the more champagne-y rose gold kind of colour because it just contrasts so nicely, and the matte shade was used for a highlight on the brow bone and then on that inner tear duct, keeping the shimmers just in the centre of the eye. At this stage it was time just to blend and merge all those colours together and make sure it had that nice gradient. She did tell me that this is one of her favourite eyeliners to use from MAC because it is a beautiful deep warm brown and it really helps your eye colour pop. So I am going to ask her what one that was, and as you can see she's just really intensifying those darker parts of the eyeshadow, and that's what the eyes were looking like. Moving on to the base, she started off with the e.l.f. gripping primer. Now this primer is so popular online, as we all know, and she did say she loves to use a grippy primer on a bride. She also did a mixture of the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury and then this stick because she said it gives you like a gorgeous glow to the skin. And then I bought my own foundation because I'm kind of torn between the Kylie Cosmetics Skin Tint and the Huda Beauty Easy Blur for my actual wedding day because I feel like they are such beautiful light products that give you a really gorgeous pigmented base. She put a little lip tint onto the lips and then she did some color correcting and then used these NYX corrector sticks to do a bit of contouring, which I love, and she did right under the jaw, which I'm a big fan of because it just snatches your jawline for your wedding day. To add more warmth to the skin, she went in with the Benefit Cosmetics Hoola Cream Bronzer, and I love it when I see makeup artists using products that I actually use myself because you just know that you're gonna get such a good result because it's a product that you're used to as well, out and you know how it sits on your skin. Speaking of products I use a lot, she went in with the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm, and I use this all the time. Now this concealer here is by Charlotte Tilbury. She actually had a lot of Charlotte Tilbury in her kit, which I find is really common amongst bridal makeup artists, because Charlotte Tilbury does give you a really gorgeous, like, soft flawless finish. Just to make sure my under eyes were not peeking through, she did go in with this NYX stick again, and just to really help pack on that coverage, which I really liked because I hate how discoloured my under eyes are. Then she took a fluffy brush and used the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder, and I said, is this the powder that you tend to use on a lot of your brides? And she was like, yeah, I use it on all of them. And as her makeup was laying out, I saw she had the Cheek of It bronzer from Plouise, and I actually said to her, like, this is a bronzer that I use a lot of and it looks so smooth on my skin. So she was like, well, if you use it normally, we'll use it today. My face was set in place with a Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and then we used this gorgeous, like, luminous blush from Louboutin. She set my under eye a little bit more with the pink powder, and we just chose some eyelashes that were quite fluffy and full. But Loretta did say to me that she does recommend all her brides to get lash extensions on the day. That way you're going to ensure no eyelashes ping off. And this is something I would say to a lot of people as well, especially if you're able to find a lash artist that does the sort of eyelashes that you like. For the lips, MAC Spice was used first of all. I did say I like a brownie sort of nude, and I do overline my Cupid's bow and then the bottom of my lip ever so slightly, just to make the center of my pout look a bit more fuller. She then grabbed this Plouise product to see how the brownie tones went with the lip liner, and she popped that onto my lips. And then it was time to add finishing touches, so she went in with the mascara, and then she also said she loves to get a damp beauty sponge and just to go all over the face to make sure the products are all melted together. She did go over my mole, which I really appreciate because so many people forget to add this back in, and she asked me to come outside and look in the mirror and see if there's anything we wanted to change, and we both agreed that we just needed a little bit more powder, especially in my laugh lines. Final step is a fixing spray, and she uses the iconic one from Kryolan, which I love. And then this is the makeup straight away as soon as we finished close up. We're having a check-in, we're having a lowdown. I thought this would be really fun for me to go and have my makeup done, not at a makeup counter, but by an independent MUA, which obviously Loretta is. And when I've had my makeup done in the past, like, sometimes I walk away and I just don't feel like me. I can appreciate the makeup, but I don't feel like myself. However, when I'm looking in the viewfinder and I'm looking at my face, I still feel like I look like me. Do you know what I mean? Even though the style of makeup is more glam, you know, I've got a lighter shade in the waterline, which isn't something that I always wear, but I know it's very bright. I can appreciate all the makeup and what Loretta has done, and I still feel like I look like myself, which I think is so important when you're getting bridal makeup done. There's so many times that people get bridal makeup done and they end up looking at it and they're like, I like it, but I don't feel like I look like myself. The same thing goes with your hairstyles. Like, if you're going to get a hairstyle that is so out of the norm for you, like, you're just going to feel really weird and really off. But some people just don't take your face shape, your eye shape, your lips, your personal preferences into consideration. Loretta has such a beautiful, warm personality, she agrees, that you just can't help but love her. On my wedding day, I'm gonna do my own makeup, right? But I wanted to do bridal trials just to see how actual makeup artists would do my makeup, you know, and to try different looks out leading up to the wedding. And I can honestly say, like, the cheeks are so glossy and nice, and the eye makeup she did so perfectly well. Gorgeous colours. And I'm not being biased because, of course, over the years I have built up a really great friendship with Loretta. I just know she's good at her job. I'm going to do a bridal makeup trial on myself, and I think these colours would be perfect for that. But I'm going to see if I can get hold of the palette that Loretta used on me, because I think it's stunning. And obviously I want to hear your opinion and I want to hear your thoughts too. And I want to know, like, what you're thinking. Is this giving bridal to you? At this moment, we are really in a trialing phase. And also I'm trying to think, like, if we're going to do my own wedding makeup trials, what should we name it? Like, what would the title be? Would it just be like first makeup wedding trial on myself? Like, how would we word it? Like, give me a title on what you think would be good for that, because sometimes I get so confused with, like, what should I name the video? I know it sounds so simple, doing my own wedding makeup trial 1, something like this. I don't know. I'm trying to cover my cat's bum. Stop showing your bum. Sorry. She doesn't get that from her mum. Okay, I'm gonna leave you now because I've really been rambling on, but we are gonna go now. Okay, say goodbye. Oh my god, can you hear her purring? Oh my god, no, I love